While beer is beloved worldwide today, ancient Romans considered it a disgusting, inferior beverage. Pliny the Elder, a famous Roman naturalist, barely mentioned beer except to dismiss it. Roman literature repeatedly associated beer with uncivilized tribes living beyond imperial borders. But the fascinating contradiction is that after Christianity became Rome's official religion, wine became even more sacred through its connection to religious ceremonies, pushing beer further into obscurity. You know what blows my mind about this whole Roman beer hatred thing? It completely flips our modern assumptions about what people naturally enjoy drinking. Those sophisticated Romans with their togas and magnificent architecture would absolutely turn their noses up if you offered them your craft IPA at a party. They'd look at you like you just served them something that came from the wrong end of a horse. What we consider tasty today was literally considered barbaric back then, not because of the taste itself, but because of who was drinking it and what it represented in their society. But here's where it gets really interesting. This wasn't just about preferences. It was deeply woven into their identity as Romans. When you think about how our modern drinking habits shape who we are and who we hang out with, don't you wonder what other obvious preferences in your life might actually be cultural programming? Let's dig even deeper into this fascinating cultural bias, because it reveals so much about how societies function. The Romans weren't just being picky. Their wine obsession was tied to their entire worldview of what made someone civilized. Imagine walking into a fancy Roman dinner party with a six-pack instead of wine. You'd essentially be announcing, "I identify with those hairy barbarians up north who don't even speak proper Latin." Their rejection of beer wasn't about taste buds. It was about reinforcing who belonged in their elite circles and who didn't. What's wild is that in some frontier regions, Roman soldiers actually developed a taste for local beers when wine was hard to get. But did they admit this back home in Rome? Absolutely not. That would be like confessing you secretly love a food everyone in your friend group makes fun of. Even today, aren't we still judging people by what they drink? When you think about the drinks in your refrigerator right now, how many of those choices are truly yours versus what your culture has taught you is sophisticated or cool? This ancient beer prejudice shows us that even something as personal as taste has deep social roots. The Romans' stubborn preference for wine actually limited their agricultural